Hello, Aries. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your predictions for July 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you're an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placement, odds are there's a message in this reading for you. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site, and then just come back here to my channel and watch the July 2025 predictive reading for that particular placement. All of them should be up this week. Keep in mind, my friends, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that don't fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. Just means that one message is intended for another Aries or Aries placement watching. So just take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. And of course, if you would like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimeline.tarot.com, for more information. With all that said, Aries, let's begin. I do hope that AC unit in the back is not too loud for you, but it is very, very hot up here today. Tapping into the Aries collective now for July 2025. What does Aries need to know for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle now. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, my dear, we have the Hangman. In the top row, we have the Ten of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the Magician. Flanking the Hangman, we have the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Oh, I love when you show up in your own reading. And then in the bottom row, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Hierophant, and we have the Five of Cups. Bottom of the row is a little sneak, bottom of the deck now is a little sneak peek into August, which gives you the Eight of Swords to the Two of Wands to the Eight of Pentacles. And that then leaves the Nine of Wands, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to clarify these cards now with the After Tarot deck. Now, the cards in this deck have a slightly different meaning, and we'll go through them one by one as we make our way through your reading here. So let's clarify these cards now for Aries, please, for July 2025. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If that cat toy goes off behind me, my cat is not up here today, so just take it as a sign if you'd like. Let's clarify these cards now. For Aries, we are clarifying the Ten of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Magician, the Queen of Wands, the Hangman, the Emperor, the Queen of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Five of Cups. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. I just saw the Ace of Pentacles. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Ten of Swords, my dear, is being clarified by the Seven of Wands. The King of Pentacles is being clarified by the King of Swords. The Magician is being clarified by the Empress. The Queen of Wands is being clarified by the Ace of Cups. The Hangman is being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. The Emperor is being clarified by the Chariot. The Queen of Cups is being clarified by Strength. The Hierophant is being clarified by the Two of Pentacles. And the Five of Cups is being clarified by the Five of Swords. It's a little sneak peek now into August. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Nine of Cups. That leaves the Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Fool here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, lots of energies here at play in the month of July. Let me give you just a quick update on how I have this 9-card spread laid out. So basically, I've taken the month of July and I've split it into 3 sections, a third, and a third. So that top row here will be the first 10 days of the month. The middle row is the middle portion of the month. And then the final row is the last 10 days of the month. In the heart of your spread, that is your overall energy for the entire month. So the entire month of July seems to be Hangman to the Seven of Pentacles. What is the Hangman? The Hangman is pausing, not doing too much, at least for the first half of the month. There seems to be a little bit more of this like easygoing and a little bit more contemplative energy as opposed to like physical exertion. So I don't know if some of you are on vacation, maybe you're taking it easy. You could be recovering from an illness. You could be analyzing or plotting or planning your next steps. But the Aries collective, for the most part, it's a pretty easygoing month, especially for the first half of the month, because you seem to be kind of paused, trying to decide what direction you want to go in. And for some of you, this could also be like a regaining of strength or maybe even re-strategizing a particular path that you want to take in your life. And this is being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. In the After Tarot deck, in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Seven of Pentacles card I always say for me is like, is the juice worth the squeeze? It's an individual who has 6 pentacles on a bush or on a tree next to them. The 7th pentacle it is on the ground. It's not quite planted yet. They're really not sure if they want to continue investing in whatever the situation, environment, or connection is that they're contemplating. But in the after tarot deck, the imagery here is a little bit different, and therefore it gives a little bit different of a message. And the message here is 5 of the 7 pentacles are on the tree. 1 of the pentacles is in the ground, the 6th pentacle. It is growing roots, so it's growing. And now here you come with the 7th pentacle ready to invest that as well. So I almost see this as maybe something you weren't quite sure you wanted to invest in or move on. And maybe that's why that first half of the month is a very contemplative energy, more mercurial centered, more in the mind centered for some of you. But it looks like by the time you get to the halfway point of the month, you're deciding whatever this is, you do want to move forward on it, and you do want to either invest in it or continue investing in it. So the first 10 days of the month, you're starting off with the 10 of Swords to the 7 of Wands. This could be a little bit of a combative energy, but I'm almost getting the feeling here like you're entering the month because something, you're entering the month with a particular situation, environment, or connection either being done and over with. And it could be a good thing for some of you, because the feeling I'm getting here, and it's so bizarre, I'm getting the feeling here that like the worst is over in respect to a particular situation, environment, or connection. Not necessarily the situation, environment, or connection is over, but the worst of it is over. Like you've come through it. So you're starting off this month of July, coming through something that's been difficult for you, that whether that was financial, whether that was emotional, whether that was physical, could be health related. I just feel like this is like, I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. I don't feel like anything's ending for you at the start of the month. I feel like you're coming through the ending of something. Like the worst is over, because the planetary placement of the 10 of Swords is actually the Sun in Gemini. And the Sun in Gemini in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, you see an individual laying on the ground. The worst is behind them, meaning 10 swords in the person's back. But the individual, if you actually like ever zoom in on the card or really look at it up close, they're actually giving the OK symbol from their right arm. And their head is not pointed towards you, the viewer, looking at the card. It's actually pointed out into the horizon, which shows a sun coming up. So I've always taken that card as the worst is over. I'm going to be okay. Maybe it's been a struggle, but the struggle is over for now anyway. And I'm looking forward to a new dawn and a new day. And that's the kind of feeling here. And it's almost with that 7 of Wands, ready to get back to work feeling. It's a very combative energy. And because you are a fire sign, the fire sign as the Emperor, whether you're masculine or feminine, I kind of feel like you've come through a challenging situation and you're ready to get back to work. It's like, I'm ready to start swinging and taking care of responsibilities, or getting back to this thing that I maybe have wanted to invest in and perhaps it was on the back burner, or I'm not quite sure what direction I want to go in. I sort of feel like the beginning of the month, it's this desire to want to like get back in the game or get back into something. There's a little reservation in terms of like physically moving forward, but the overall energy is I want to get going again because the worst now is behind me. King of Pentacles to King of Swords is your next energy here. Remember, we're just clarifying now just the first 10 days of the month. This is why I feel like there's not a lot of action. There's a desire for action in that 7 of Wands, because again, in the After Tarot deck, it's a very like combative, aggressive energy. But I don't see you actually like moving forward until the middle portion of the month. So I don't know why there's this delay here for some of you. So again, this seems to be more contemplative. The King of Swords is a very contemplative energy. This is someone who's looking at the facts. It's a king of brevity. They really don't say much. They internalize and they use that mercurial energy of their mind to process things. And for you, it appears here in the first 10 days of the month, you are thinking about long-term investments, whatever that King of Pentacles here, however that resonates for you, whether you're thinking about long-term committed partnerships currently in your life, or maybe ones that you want in your life moving ahead. For others of you, could be financially focused, maybe establishing your own business, or could be concerns regarding a business for those of you who are business owners. For others of you, this could be financial planning. There's definitely more of a contemplative feel here when it comes to your long-term goals, long-term success, long-term structure, and long-term stability. And then we have the Magician to the Empress. I feel like this is you hoping and praying that you can get going on whatever this is. The worst is behind me. I'm ready to take action. I now have to create a plan on how I will be moving forward with whatever this is. And now I'm hoping and praying and utilizing all 4 aces within my arsenal to want to like give birth to this idea or this plan or rebirth it. There's definitely a feeling here of I'm ready to have, I don't know what I just heard, I have all my faculties in check. So I have all my faculties in check, or I have everything in order now. I figured out what I want to do. I'm getting kind of antsy here, wanting to move on it. And so I'm stepping into the Empress energy, ready to take bold, decisive action on whatever decision here it is that it appears you're making in the first 10 days. And then we move into the middle portion of the month. Queen of Wands to the Ace of Cups. I love this. Queen of Wands, that is the feminine energy of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, regardless of your gender. This is a fiery, passionate desire to get moving. Okay, now I have all my ducks in a row. Now I'm ready to proceed forward. And it's with like great gusto and passion here. Like it's this feeling of I want to move, move, move. I have figured out what I want to do, how I want to invest my pentacle energy, which could be time, love, money, resources, etc., etc., etc. And I just want to go. It's a big act of self-love for you to move forward in this direction. So again, I don't feel it's anything like you're forced to do or anything like that. You've sat on this long enough. The worst is behind you for now. You have a strategic plan in place and you're ready to go. And you're doing it from a place of, and I love that you have all four energies here that are supporting you in this. Like the King of Swords, you're seeing things very clearly. The Queen of Wands, you're passionate about whatever this is. You have the Cup suit here and the Ace of Cups, so you love whatever direction this is. And the King of Pentacles, you're being very strategic in respect to long-term gains or return on investment. So it's a very well, in that Empress energy, you know, Empress, Emperor energy embodies all four kings or all four queens and the best qualities of all four of them. So this is really you like really coming together quite nicely in a very, very powerful way to move forward on whatever it was here that you were maybe paused on or trying to be strategic about. Now you're ready to go. So by July 15th, you're on the move. Emperor is sitting now in the chariot, and typically in tarot, that's exactly who is driving the chariot. It's the Emperor or the Empress. We have both here on the table. So whether you're masculine or feminine, you are now determined to move forward. This is all happening within Cancerian season. So the third week of July, we'll be transitioning into a Leo season, and that'll cover like the final 10 days. So by the end of Cancer season in July, you're ready to move on this. You're excited, you're passionate. It's almost like you have the ability to see that this will be worth it. And so it's with a lot of determination, like I'm moving forward. We then have the Queen of Cups to the Strength card. I love this. This is continued perseverance, but it is a quiet perseverance. It's not loud and it's not boastful. If this was like Chariot to the Emperor, that's loud. That's, you know, that's a roar kind of feeling. But Strength card is a quiet determination. And the Queen of Cups is quiet as well. So it's almost like you're very excited on July 15th or they're about to move forward with this. And then we kind of dial it back. The passion is still there to move forward. We still have the courage and strength and perseverance, but maybe we're not as loud and boastful about it. And that could be just because there's been like this 15-day period almost of like accumulating this excitement over moving forward. And it's like, now that we're moving forward, I can kind of like calm myself down a bit is the feeling here. I'm still moving forward, but maybe not as loud or jovial about it. You then have the Hierophant to the Two of Pentacles. I feel like this is you moving forward in a very unconventional way. And I say that because the Hierophant for me talks about convention. That typically speaks to like tradition, morals, the way we've always done things. I feel like you're leaving that behind. So I don't know what this is for you. You could be leaving behind a career path. You could be deciding to leave your job behind or stay in your job, but do it differently in a more unconventional way. Some of you could be changing your mind when it comes to long-term commitments or long-term contracts, whether that's in respect to the lease of the apartment that you're renting or maybe even a marriage for some of you. There definitely is you're turning your back on convention because that Two of Pentacles card is, I no longer want to do things that way. I've thought about it long enough. I want to move in this other direction, or I want to move in this new way. And so that's exactly what you're doing, but you're doing it in a very balanced way. It's not erratic. Again, we have all four energies, all four elements heavily present in the reading. And with that Emperor and Empress energy there as well, it's a very nice ebb and flow between masculine and feminine energy. So you are departing from something traditional, whether that is a traditional contract you have had in your life for quite some time, or for others of you, it could be just the traditional way you used to do something. Like, for example, let's say I'm speaking to an Aries, and the traditional way of doing something was the quote unquote, like maybe old fashioned way, or maybe a way of doing something that wasn't very technologically advanced. This could be you now deciding to like incorporate AI. That's just an example. Again, it's turning your back on the way we used to do something in order to do it differently. We then have the Five of Cups to the Five of Swords. Fives for me, you know, in numerology and in tarot really speak about change. So I kind of feel like this is changing. You're definitely changing, whether you're deciding to leave a long-term committed partnership, whether that's professional, platonic, or romantic, or maybe you're deciding to leave a place that you've lived at for quite some time That could be as well. You're not literally packing up and moving, but the momentum is there to let's start looking for a new place to live. Could very well be that for some of you. For others of you, like I said, you're just changing the way that you did something, even if you're not necessarily leaving it behind. It's your approach is more balanced. And for some of you, you could be incorporating more non-traditional ways or more modern ways or more technologically advanced ways when it comes to addressing this particular situation, environment, or connection. And then sneak peek into August, we have the Eight of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. There seems to be a little bit of a stumbling block with this change, and I think it's just because it's different. You're just, whatever this is, you're either moving in a new direction or you're staying in the same direction, but you're deciding to do something differently. So there seems to be a little bit stumbling block, like, am I doing this the right way, or is this really working out for me? And then the answer here seems to be like a resounding yes, and that Eight of Pentacles. It's like, okay, let's get back to the drawing board and let's continue moving forward. And that's further clarified here by the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So whatever this new way of doing something or the new path or the new passion that you have, you're seeing it very clearly. We're starting off July with the King of Swords. In August, you're in Queen of Swords energy. So again, it's seeing it very clearly. This is my goal. This is my mission. This is part of my wish fulfillment. And even though you may be stumbling a little bit in the beginning of August to move forward with this, nonetheless, you seem to be very strategically minded to move forward in this direction. Not too bad on timing there. We're going to grab you some oracle cards, and we'll close it out with some kippers. Good reading, Aries, good reading. It looks like you're taking the time to either move your life forward in a new direction or to stay on the pathway you're on, but deciding to do it a little bit differently. And like I said, for some of you, this is leaving behind an old mindset or an old way of doing something in order to incorporate something a little bit more unconventional or non-traditional. And for some of you, yes, you are incorporating some type of technological advancement in your life. It's the feeling of like working smarter, not harder feeling. So for the first 10 days of the month here for Aries, what do we have? You have clearing debts. And I'll read that for you in a second. Middle portion of the month, thank you. And the final 10 days of the month here for Aries. Thank you. Oh, yes, love this. Definitely doing something different here. First 10 days, you are clearing debts. Debts could be actual financial debts, but it could be, remember I said you're just really not moving on anything. It's more like a contemplative energy, a very strategic energy prior to moving forward. So it could be clearing debts financial, but some of you could be just like clearing the decks or getting ready, or maybe clearing the, we didn't have Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords here, but that Ten of Swords card could, in respect, be about just kind of clearing out the cobwebs in your mind where maybe you were stuck in respect to a particular direction you wanted to take or how you would move in that direction. So your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts. I'm going to add in there with all of this sword energy. Very well also could be mental debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan. And that's exactly what you're doing here. You're kind of clearing out the debt, clearing out the garbage, I feel, for a lot of you mentally, and feeling like back on track. It's time to get back to business, or it's time to move forward in this direction, or it's time to finally do something. And again, it's not an erratic energy because you're spending probably the first 10 to 12 days, 13 days of the month planning this out very strategically. But the energy here is definitely like gaining momentum. By the time you're halfway through the month, you're going at like full throttle here. Savings. As you consistently save for your future, and this is all future focused, whatever you're doing here, you are changing something in your life for the better. You will do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. So maybe for some of you, this is strategic financial planning that you're putting into motion. Maybe you're doing something differently here. You're investing your resources differently, your time, your love, your money, et cetera, et cetera. Remember, I had said just a couple of minutes ago, work smarter, not harder. That doesn't just have to be in terms of how we do work, but it could be just in how we spend our time. So it could be better time management as well. But I definitely feel that you're very future focused here, and you're creating a path forward for yourself that'll make your life easier. Successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God who gave you the idea. So I like this. Again, I feel like this is a very successful way for you to move forward, to either fund your future, create your future. Oh, again, the overall feeling I get here is this almost like aha epiphany moment. I know how I can do this. I'm going to do it a little bit differently maybe than I originally thought that I would do it. And I'm clearing the decks here, and I'm creating this plan. And now I'm really ready. Like I said, mid-month, really ready to move forward and invest in whatever this is, but you're doing it in a very solid, grounded way. It's not erratic by any stretch of the imagination. And this idea that you have, as the card indicates, is divinely supported. So I think you're on the right path here. We don't have that much, we don't have a lot of heavy major arcana cards here. So with that magician card, that tells me you are really co-creating with the divine. So there's not a lot of outside divine interference here needed for you. We don't have towers. We don't have judgment. We don't have justice. I mean, in the first 10 days of the month, you're figuring out what it is you want to do. And you're literally working in concert with the divine to create this plan and move forward. So I like this for you a lot. Let's get one card here for the first 10 days of the month for Aries. First 10 days, you have Ascension. Move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. Yeah, you're definitely rising above the darkness. Again, with that clearing desk, could be clearing, mental debris, if you will. The monkey mind, the mashed potato mind, as I call the 8, 9, and 10 of swords sometimes. So again, it's just this overall feeling of you are working in concert with the divine now. You're moving towards your true self, and you're rising above any challenges that you may have experienced in the month of June. For the middle portion of the month, you have focused intention, and that's the Emperor in the Chariot. Now, very focused to move forward. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome. And that's exactly what I see you here doing. And the final 10 days of the month here, thank you. You have voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose. Again, you're continuing to focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. I think that's what you're doing here. I think you're just moving forward with whatever plan or goal this is. I don't see a lot of combative energy, but even with that 5 of Cups to the 5 of Swords, if someone were to question you on why you're doing it this way or why you're changing things up, the 5 of Swords in the After Tarot deck is a very non-combative energy, very non-combative meaning. No one is fighting here. So I feel like you win, you're victorious. You're like, well, this is the direction I'm deciding to take, and that's all there is to it. So I don't see a lot of pushback from anyone in respect to this. And maybe it's because you thought about it so well and you're moving with such great intentionality here that if anyone is questioning you by the latter part of the month, you're very clear and concise reasoning for why you're doing something a certain way. Seems to like almost garner respect from the individual. We don't have a lot of people cards on the table. We have a lot of energies, but they all seem to be attributed to you. So again, if there is any questioning, I don't even feel like it's confrontational at this point. Let's get 2 kippers now for the first 10 days of the month for Aries. Yeah, toil and labor. And that was the feeling I was getting back to work, getting back on the horse. And then you have expectation. That's that kind of feeling there that I was getting of like, I need to put all of this together because I want to get up and move. Remember, I had said with that 10 of Swords to the 7 of Wands, the feeling here was like, I want to get back in the game. The worst is behind me. I just need to figure this out, but I'm ready to go. Definitely ready to go. 2 cards now for the middle portion of the month. You have mature woman. Could be you, could be an individual that you're dealing with or someone that's helping you now with this. And then you have poverty. So I kind of feel like you have been feeling in lack. Maybe you've been feeling misguided, or again, coming out of that chaos and confusion there of June with that 10 of Swords to the 7 of Wands. But I feel like whatever it was that you went through in June, I feel has shifted your perspective in respect to your life path or the way you want to do something. I feel like you have become mature from that experience. The poverty card is card 37. Which is actually, when you add it up, is 10. So I feel like it's an end to poverty, or it's an end of not moving forward. And I think that's why right after that, we have the Emperor to the Chariot. 2 cards now for the final portion of the month. You have thoughts. Yeah, I think you've thought about this a long time. And if anyone is thinking about questioning you on this, decision or direction you're going in, I just see you being very, very resolute. There you are, main man, whether you're masculine or feminine. And I think that the individual or individuals questioning you actually respect you for doing this because you've thought about it a long time. We have courtship, we have distant horizons, and we have adjudication. So I feel like you are working in concert with someone. I think I had mentioned that at some point in the reading. Some of you, when we saw that mature woman card, that could be someone who's helping you with this. So whether that's a professional courtship, personal or, platonic, like a friend, a family member, romantic partner, whatever it is for you. Some of you are doing this in concert with someone else. I feel like whatever you are putting into motion here will change your life. in some respect from now until the end of 2025, because we have the distant horizon card. And for me, that's like a time span of 3 to 6 months. So I feel like whatever you're putting into motion now will change your life for the better by the end of the year. And then we have judication, card number 30. So again, and that's, you know, reduces to 3, which is the Empress there is card number 3. So very much in your power, very much feeling balanced here. Again, masculine and feminine energies. And for some of you, this could be in regards to like you reworking a work contract, a business contract. And for some of you, maybe even contemplating marriage or doing marriage differently. Again, whether that pertains to a legal contract or a soul contract, I feel like whatever you're doing now, it will impact that within the next 3 to 6 months. But this is a fantabulous read, a fantabulous read for you, Aries. I don't see any big uproars or anything like that. I see an Aries who's determined to do something, kind of felt a bit caged or held back in the month of June. Maybe there were delays or obstacles or challenges, but you're ready to go in the month of July. You appear to be putting a plan into motion, very strategic in the way you're moving about. And by the middle of the month, it's ready, get set, and go. So bravo to you. That's what I have for you, Aries, for July 2025. If you liked any of those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.